What's up guys, Mitch from Shock Therapy, and today we're going to be showing you how to install the front limit strap kit on the Polaris RS1. A couple of things this limit strap kit is going to do for you guys. Number one, it's going to help stop the extension clunk that is known in the front of the walker shocks. It's also going to help when you're doing bigger jumps, hitting the whoops, or even rock crawling. Another thing that our kit is going to do for you guys is going to help save the internals of the shock from any premature failures. Our patented limit strap design is different from anything on the market because of the clamp actually bolting directly to the shock body. This is going to eliminate all of the leverage and extend the life of the strap throughout the life of the shock. This install is fairly simple and should take you no longer than an hour or two, so let's jump on in. I'm going to show you guys how to do it. Your first step in the installation is to jack up the front of the car until both front tires are off of the ground. Remove the factory lower hardware using a 15mm wrench and a 15mm socket. Next, remove the upper hardware, again using a 15mm wrench and a 15mm socket. Remove the shock from the vehicle and place it into a vise right side up. Install the two-piece billet clamp onto the shock body and finger tighten all of the hardware for alignment purposes. Pro tip for you guys, make sure that the two halves of the clamp actually line up with the eyelet of the shock and that the clamp is also behind the reservoir of the shock. With the alignment set correctly, you can now torque the hardware to 20 foot-pounds. With the two-piece billet clamp torqued, you can now remove the clevis bolt from the clevis. Using red Loctite, attach the limit strap to the clevis and tighten down. Next, remove one of the locking washers and one of the nuts and insert the clevis through the clamp. Reinstall the locking washer and jam nut and prepare to place the shock onto a bench. Okay guys, so another pro tip for you. Making sure that on the driver's side shock, the cutout of the limit strap bracket is actually on the reservoir side. That way when you turn the steering wheel full lock, the tire will actually clear the bracket. Place the shock on a bench and begin setting the strap length. This measurement should be set at 1.5 inches from center of hole to center of hole. With the measurement set, you can now lock down both the jam nuts on the clevis using two 19mm wrenches. Next, install the shock back onto the vehicle. Starting with the upper hardware, insert the bolt, followed by the washer and the nut on the backside. You can now install the lower supplied hardware. Insert the bolt and washer, followed by the spacer and the nut on the backside. Repeat these steps on the opposite side. With both limit straps installed, you can now lower the vehicle back to the ground. Remove the factory nut and install the limit strap bracket onto the hardware. Make sure that you reinstall the factory nut. Repeat this step on the opposite side. Jack up the front of the UTV until the limit straps are tight. Next, tighten down all of the hardware holding the shock to the UTV. Repeat this step on the opposite side and your installation is complete. We hope that this video helped you guys with the installation of your front limit straps at home. And remember to always check the strap length after about 100 to 300 miles to make sure that your bolt-to-bolt measurement is still accurate. Typically, we like to see the strap choked up about 1/4 to 1/2 inch shorter than the overall length of the shock without the strap. This will also limit the least amount of travel, which will help keep the system from extending on the shock body itself. If you find in the first 100 to 300 miles that the clunk is pronounced back in the front shocks again, simply grab the clevis and raise it up 1/4 inch to reduce the system. Our limit straps are quad straps, which means they are 4 straps stitched together. It also means that they are the strongest strap you can buy and they are going to last the longest. These straps are a wearing item, so keep in mind that they are going to need to be changed over time. The amount of time is strictly going to depend on the weather and terrain that you guys are driving in. Depending on your conditions, the straps can last anywhere from 5,000 to 6,000 miles. If you're in a more salty area, you can expect them to last about 2,000 to 3,000 miles. Either way, make sure that you watch, check, and adjust your limit straps accordingly, and you'll be fine doing whatever you're doing with your UTV. If you like this video, be sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel and hit the bell to be notified anytime that we post a new video. For any of our products or these limit straps, feel free to visit the website at www.shocktherapyusa.com. For any technical help, feel free to call us at 623-217-4959.
Look at me. Smile. Thank you.
Yes. Okay guys, so another pro tip for you. How many times? 5 times now?
Yes.
Okay. That's the sponsor of today's video, Coca-Cola.
That make me so happy.
I like your chair. Very nice. Stop the extension clunk if you guys are riding through whoops, doing big jumps, or even rock crawling. Josh, this is the outs. Jake, this is the outs. Typical strap stretch. Simply glab. Was it good? Okay, sometimes I say big words and I don't know. I don't like the onomatopoeias. Give it a big thumbs up. You don't like the thumbs up? Okay, sorry. I'm just gonna give it some excitement, you know?